Although most students are familiar with things like social media, some students have difficulty when it comes time to write an essay and formatting it in Microsoft Word. This video is here to help you. The first thing you're going to do is open your computer and go to Microsoft Word. Please do that now. Your teacher should have helped you with the sign in and logging into the computer. Once you've done so, you should see something similar to this. So now we're going to go through the process. As we do it, I would like you to go along with us. So, the first thing I suggest you doing when you open Microsoft Word is going here where it says Normal, No Spacing, Heading 1, Heading 2, and clicking on No Heading. No spacing. No spacing will allow you to set up the document the way you know that your teacher has asked you to do it. The next thing you need to do is go to the font. You will find a section up on the top left that you can click down and you have all of the options for fonts. Now, although some people like to get creative when they choose their font, it's imperative that you choose only one font when you're turning in an essay, and that is Times New Roman. Now, if your teacher has suggested something else, you're more than welcome to use it. However, Times New Roman should always be your default when you're turning in something for an academic reason. Then the next is the font size. Always choose 12. 12-point Times New Roman font. The next thing you're going to want to do is look at the outlines around, or what's called the borders. Those all need to be set at 1 inch. To do so, you will go to Layout, and then you will go to Margins. The last custom setting set for this was 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. That's what you want to go to. However, if that's not set for you, you'll go down, you'll scroll all the way to the bottom where it says Custom Margins. Click there, and you'll change top, left, bottom, and right, all to 1 inch. If you need to do that, please do so now. Then you will press OK. So once you have your font set up, as well as your margins, now you can start writing in your paper. Now the first thing you're going to need to do here is you are going to have to go back to Home at the top. Okay? And now we need to fix the line spacing. Line spacing is how you get something double spaced. You don't do things double spaced through pushing return or the space bar. You choose double space as an option for your entire document. The way you'll do that is if you go up here to this little box where it has some lines and it has an up arrow and a down arrow, and it says line spacing. You're going to choose 2.0. Now all of your document will be double spaced. Take a moment to do that if you haven't already. Okay, now you're going to write your name in the document. However, this has to be aligned to the right-hand side of the screen. There are 4 boxes above the word that says paragraph. One that takes it to the left, one that centers it, one that takes it to the right, and the one that justifies it. We won't use the one that justifies it, that makes it all the way to both edges. We're going to go to the one where it's aligned to the right, the third one over. And now you should have your cursor over here. At this point, you will write your name. So if your name is Ellen Small, you write Ellen Small. So you write your name, don't write Ellen Small, write your name, and then push enter. As you'll see, it's already skipped a line because it's double spaced. Next, you're going to want to put your teacher's name. So let's say your teacher's name is Mr. Ross. You'll put Mr. Ross. Then you want to put what hour you're in. So if you're in 3rd hour, you'll write 3rd hour. If you're in 5th hour, you'll write 5th hour. And finally, you're going to space again and write the date. So if today is January 1st, you're going to write January 1st. And make sure you write it correctly. So you'll say January 1st, January 1. We don't need the ST at the end because we're writing the date. Then the comma, then the year. Your teacher may want this set up a little bit differently, but this is an example of the things that you will put in that section. Then you will push enter again. Now you're going to want to have your alignment in the center. So you're going to go back up to where we align things to the right, and you're going to push the center. Here you're going to put the title of whatever it is you're writing. So if you're writing a compare and contrast essay over the Odyssey, you'll write compare and contrast essay over the Odyssey. Okay? Write whatever it is that you are writing right now. Right now you can write title of paper example. Okay? Because this is just an example for us for you to practice using a Word document. So take a moment and do so now. And if you have time, try not to pick at each of your keyboard keys. That takes a long time. Try and practice typing without having to look. Now push enter again. Now it's time to start writing your essay. So you're going to go back to your alignment and go all the way over to the left. Now, when we start a paragraph, we always want to indent. So please push the tab key on your computer. Okay? It's towards the top on the left-hand side. And it will indent your paragraph for you. Then you'll begin typing your essay. So if you could write an example sentence here, such as, this is the opening of my essay, and then push period. Again, write, this is the opening of my essay, and then push period. Okay? So let's say this is an entire paragraph. See how it's all set up and it's all nice and neat? This is how you want your essays to look. Now, one last tip, because I think this is important. When you start a new paragraph, you simply push enter one time. And then you tab again. And then you start your next paragraph. Do not add an extra space in between paragraphs. If you are using double space, that's enough spacing as needed. So take some time and practice and use your word skills anytime you're turning in an academic paper.